evidence has been given to come close to suggesting this. I've pondered since the submissions and presentations yesterday from our learned friends appearing for the petitioners as to what really this evidence is. I have, in the course of struggling to look for this evidence, come across three possible areas they'll be talking about. In the affidavit of one John Mark Gidongo, they make reference to a Form 34A from Baringo County, Tiati constituency. They then say that that is an example of a form that was intercepted. Michael Ouma, in his affidavit, confirms that in fact the form that was uploaded or that was attached in the affidavit of John Mark Gidongo is not a form that arose from the process that, that they allude or allege it arose from. That according to him, this form was downloaded. Somebody tried to interfere with the details on it and attached it to an affidavit. Now that, if you asked me, is perhaps the silliest way of doing any of these things, because if somebody asked you whether that form was authentic, you only need to look at the public portal. You then need to verify it with the Form 34A that was presented. My ladies and my lords, as a statutory requirement, we delivered all the Form 34As to this court. We have a copy. The entire public has copies of each and every of those documents. Our team went through those documents, and in relation to that specific Form 34A, to say the least, it's a forgery. The second attempt, again by John Gidongo, in his affidavit, to try and present some form of evidence is in the form of logs, which were alleged to have been gotten somewhere. It says Karen, with these 56 mysterious people, and this, I think, is what senior counsel Professor Gidu Mugai was talking about, hearsay on the back of hearsay. I was told that I had. Really, is that the sort of evidence that we want to present before this court? We took time, that is, the ICT team took time to study the logs that were presented. My ladies and my lords, I'm sure you have appropriate infrastructure to be able to make a determination on your own as to what these logs entail. From the analysis that were conducted, and this is again contained in the affidavit of Martin Nyaga, these forms, these logs arose potentially or were picked potentially from the 2017 general elections. Martin Nyaga, in his affidavit, identifies 9 obvious inconsistencies. I want to allude to just 2 or 3 of them. That, if you, and that is in paragraph 13 of the affidavit of Martin Nyaga. If you look at the manner in which those forms, those logs are structured, they serialized, in 2017, the Iebc serialized its logs using the names of the constituencies. In that particular log, you'll find a name Changamwe. This time round, they did not use the names of the constituencies. They used the serial numbers. So that is a first inconsistency. Looking at those logs again, you see the name of one Asenge running an IEBC email account. Asenge was one of the returning officers of the IEBC in Changamwe in 2017. One is then left to wonder, at what point do we get to even forging documents, forging logs, to be able to demonstrate our case? Perhaps I will get to that a little later. Enters the third piece of evidence, which was supposed to now clean what was presented by John Mark Gidongo. The affidavit by one Commissioner Justus Nyang'aya.